Welcome to Tuesday's Market Outlook here at Wealth Creation Investing. Matthew Buckley, Chief Investment Strategist here at WCI. And the clown car continues here, folks, over Syria. Obviously, last week, the president did a just great job rattling his saber. And then after the Brits bailed out and their parliament said no, the president decided, well, I better climb down out of this tree that I'm in solo, and said, well, I'm going to go to Congress. And then Secretary of State Kerry went on all the Sunday talk shows and said, well, actually, yeah, he's going to go to Congress, but even if they say no, we can still strike. It's okay, then what's the point? It really is an absolute clown car. Here is Kerry with Assad a couple years ago having dinner. The guy's met him 5 times. He called him a reformer. And remember this, folks, during the Bush administration, Kerry, Biden, and Clinton, and Chuck Hagel, Secretary of Defense, absolutely excoriated George Bush and Condoleezza Rice for what they were doing with Assad, right? Remember Assad killed Prime Minister Hariri in Lebanon? And Syria was a main jumping off point of al-Qaeda into Iraq. We asked Assad to stop the flow of fighters from Syria in Iraq. He never did anything about it. So we put him on our bad actors list. Hagel, Biden, Kerry, and Obama ripped the president apart, and Pelosi for saying Assad was a bad guy, right? John Kerry, he's a buddy of mine. He's a reformer. Clinton called him a reformer. Hagel, hey, what are you doing? This guy's great. And here is this clown car full of people now wanting to attack this guy. So very interesting what's going on in Syria, and very interesting that, the liberal media went out of their way to show that picture of Donald Rumsfeld shaking hands with Saddam Hussein, right? 10 years before, 15 years, ages before. And that's when, Iraq was actually fighting Iran. So who did we pick? We picked Iraq in that case. So of course Rumsfeld was going to meet that guy. Now, in the liberal media, you're not going to see any of these pictures of Kerry and Assad meeting, or you're not going to hear about Hagel or Biden saying this guy's a great guy and yelling at Condoleezza Rice to engage him and everything like that. Now you're just going to hear all these war drums being beat. So, folks, it's nothing good can happen out of this. And it's very eerie how the Israelis are being very, very quiet. And instead of just saying stuff, they're actually launching test missiles. And the stakes are huge, folks, right? We don't do anything. The guy gets away. He already used chemical weapons months ago. He got away with, so we used them again. And here we are debating. And, the president today said, well, any strike will degrade his, chemical weapons ability. Well, since we've given the guy about a 2-week heads up that we're coming, I'm sure they're going to be dispersed. But obviously not doing anything, folks, is bad, because Iran is going to sit there and go, everything's fine, man. They're not going to do any. The red line, are you kidding me? Let's not only make our nukes, let's make them faster and funnier. So 2 years of feckless diplomacy have gotten us to this place. Market is having a little bit of a relief rally today, obviously, on a yay moment. We were up as high as $1.20 on the Dow, and now we're only up about 40 as I'm shooting this. We were up about 16 on the SPOOs. Now we're only up 10. So there goes your relief rally, quote unquote. In the primary live trade brief today, we put on a weekly bear call spread on SPX. That's already up $500 right now. So in about a half an hour of trading, I sold into this rally, and we're already up $500. Also put on a bull call spread out to October on the VIX, because I knew the VIX was going to spike again, and we closed out a VIX position on Friday for about $3,000 in profit. So this is great time to be trading, guys. This is we're having an absolute blast here. I mean, look at this. The primary live trade brief model portfolio is up nearly $10,000 today. Why? Explosive September, right? We have so much going on in September, from the Bank of England, the ECB, stuff going on in Italy, Portugal. We have our FOMC meeting. We have a budget fight. We have a debt ceiling debate here in the United States. Love it. Absolutely love it. Good news today on ISM. ISM 55.7 crushed expectations, the highest since April of 2011. What's that mean? You can more or less kiss any talk of the taper not happening goodbye. That is, of course, in this holiday shortened week. On Friday, we see just an out of the blue miss on non-farm payroll. Remember that 1 month, what was it, 4, 5, however many months ago when we had an 88,000, which just complete missile out of the blue. I don't think that's going to happen. I think non-farm payroll comes in line, even ADP that comes out on Thursday, because it usually comes out on Wednesday, obviously holiday shortened week. Even ADP is calling for about $1.81 in new jobs there. Unemployment rate's supposed to stay level at 7.4%. So here's what's going to happen, guys. Unless if the numbers are really good on unemployment, the market either stays where it is or goes down, because that assures a taper. If this is absolutely horrible, I think the market stays the same but doesn't go up, because we're going to taper. So the message today, folks, and we did it during our live trade brief, like I said, was to sell into this rally. This was a relief rally, quote unquote, based on Syria not getting bombed today. And when the market was up 110, 120 points, we, in the live trade brief, like I said, we sold the hell out of it, and it's already profitable as this market's starting to melt down a little bit. Great moves in our model portfolio out of emerging markets. Our Japan position's up $4,000 alone today. Even Brazil, even the Shanghai's having at least the FXI up $1.17 today. So and we've taken the counter trade here at Top Gun Options as people, as quote 500-pound heads, are saying, "Oh, geez, emerging markets are going to get killed." We've actually that's where the Soroses, the Cohens, the Paulsons, that's where they make their money, folks. They don't make their money following the crowd. They look at where the crowd isn't and what's beaten up, and that's where they go. And that's what we've been doing here at Top Gun Options with incredible success of late. Because capital is going to go somewhere, guys. It's going to flow somewhere, and if it's going to flow out of the United States on fears of a taper, it's going to go somewhere. It's not going to go under the mattress. Treasuries are a joke, and I think emerging markets are actually going to be a potential safe haven against a Fed taper. So good stuff going on here at Top Gun Options, and also wealth creation with options. So it's going to be a very interesting week. We have some other economic data, but obviously all eyes this week are going to be on the Fed. So not too much some vehicle sales. Thursday we'll get some non-farm productivity and labor costs, along with non-manufacturing PMI and some factory orders. But like I said, all eyes are going to be on Friday. But regardless, unless something is completely out of the blue, we're all head full towards the September 17th, 18th Fed meeting, and get ready for the increase in volatility. Okay, all right, guys, got to run. Got a lot of trading to do here at Wealth Creation with Options and Top Gun Options. Make sure you sign up for our live event the end of October 28th and 29th. So if you're living someplace cold, get down to Fort Lauderdale for our 2-day trading event. Full day of training, full day of live trading. Get to interact with us, get to interact with your fellow traders, and it's going to be a great place to network and maybe go hang out on the beach. All right, guys, got to run. Have a great week, and I'll be back tomorrow over at Top Gun Options with our sit rep. We'll see you.